YouTube. I hope the sound on this is good. I hope this works out clearly. So I was gonna do a vlog all day tomorrow, but we got a lot going on tomorrow, so it's gonna be hard to film tomorrow. And then I had like more of a impactful video I wanted to make a video about, bro. And I gotta do something with these nappy naps tonight. So I'm like, I want to do a video on some motivational speech, bro, for all my people, man. You know, we all the way out here living life, bro, to the biggest, to the fullest. On being an entrepreneur, you know, and that comes down to a lot of principles, man. And you know, just jumping right into it, bro. I want to talk about, you know, really heavy with the title. Talk about, you know, like game I wish that my father would have gave me, bro. You know, my dad didn't give me no game at all, so it's like, bro, like, it's one of them things that we gotta stay locked in and focused moving forward in life as men, especially in today's society. Like, it's more pressure on men more now than ever, you know. So, hopefully this motivates somebody, like, you know, even the mother who's trying to figure out what to say to her son, you know, that's growing up in today's world, you know. Like, it's hard out here, bro. It's no shortcuts for nobody, bro. Like, we all gotta work hard. We all gotta take our focus and put it where it's supposed to be, bro. And with that being said, you know, I kind of want to leave like just something that people can like listen to, you know, in the background that motivates just the right people, bro. So I kind of like always thought about something like this, putting a video like this together, but hopefully, like I said, this just motivate the right person to understand that, like, you know, life as a man, like, it's not about pleasure, bro. It's not about things being easy, bro. A man's life ain't never easy, bro. You know, the most important thing you gotta understand as a man, bro, you gotta be disciplined, bro. And your feelings don't matter, man. You gotta be disciplined in a world full of distractions, cause, you know, at the end of the day, everything that's a distraction is here to take you off your grind. You know, having fun is one thing, you know. You work hard, you go play hard, but waking up every day and scrolling on Instagram, scrolling on Twitter, getting up, you know, wasting your days, not being productive, doing the things you're supposed to do, like, that doesn't get you towards your goals. You know, I get not everybody's goal-oriented, but as a man, and especially in today's society, your one mission is to provide and to pray. You know what I'm saying? And that's whether you have a family, a woman, or whatever, you know, you have, is your mission and your purpose is to remain disciplined, bro. And growing up in a world full of distractions, bro, and even the people that's around you, know, that's why it really comes down to having the right friends, bro. You gotta choose your right friends, bro. But you know, your word means everything. So as a man, as a young man growing up, you know, your word is your bond. Nothing should ever break that. Nothing should ever come between that, bro. So as you growing up and you know, you handle your business in the world, whether you know, you got a job, you got a company, you know, you do whatever you do. If it come out your mouth, live by it and die by it. There shouldn't be nothing more and nothing less. And you know, with that being said, it's one of those things. We live in such a society today where people just passively talk and pass opinions, and it don't matter. But it's like, be the one person who, when you speak, people know it's gonna get done. Whatever you say, at the end of the day, if you say something by the Mount Everest falling, that's the only way it's not gonna happen, bro. You know, people know you just that solid about your word, and it's a big power in that, man. You know, when you come up in today's society, like I said, like, it's so many people that's Instagram fluff or internet hype, you know, so many people with broken promises, like, so many people out here scamming and doing things. Like, the most important thing as a man is to stick by your word. If you say you're gonna do something, do it, bro. And be about that. You know what I'm saying? That's really important. Take responsibility for everything that you mess up and that you don't mess up. And Will Smith said it the best, you know, fault and responsibility, they go hand in hand, but they don't. Just because it's not your fault, something happened, you still got the responsibility to take care of it as a man. Like I said, whether it's your family, your obligations, whatever it is, as a man, like, fault and responsibility, bro. Take responsibility of everything around you, and everything around you will be a lot better. You can't put it off. It don't matter if you're young or if you're old, you know. Like, take responsibility is for everything, you know. I wish I had somebody tell me that when I was younger, and things be a lot different, you know what I'm saying? I'm 32, I can't complain. Life is amazing, magnificent. I've been around the world, no record label, all hustle. You know what I mean? I have 4 or 5 different businesses, and we blessed. And it's just one of them things, though, bro. At the end of the day, like, we can't leave anything up to anybody else in this life. Everything that we do, everything we say, everywhere we know we're trying to go, it comes down to us. And if we don't do it, regret is worse than the pain of doing what you need to do that day. You need to be in the gym working out, whatever it is you need to be doing, to be doing it. And that brings another thing, focus on your health, focus on your mental health. Like at the end of the day, you gotta lead the tribe, you gotta be good to lead, and I'm not one of the people who advocate every day for working out, because I'm just not no big working out person, but at the end of the day, you got to understand who you are and what you stand for, and you got to stand firm in that, and you got to be healthy, you got to lead, and to do that, you got to be clear-minded, you got to be strong-minded. So make sure, you focusing on what you need to do as a man, It's one of them things that it's just like, it's truly, it comes down to you, man. You want to have a family, bro, like when things fold, like, it comes down to us. So we always got to be mentally prepared for the worst. We always got to be ready for war. As a man, you gotta always be ready for war. That's the best way to put it, So, another thing I wish I would have been better about when I was younger, and I mean I was, because I was in karate. I'm a first degree black belt in karate, and I didn't take it as serious as I should. But your routine every day, you need to have a routine. Whether that's waking up doing what you need to do, whether every day is a little bit something different, whether you got a different routine for every day of a different week, you need to wake up and progress. That's how you progress, is having a steady, consistent routine. And that's just one of those things, like stay locked in every day, write down your goals. As a man, you gotta write down your goals, your wants and your needs, so you don't be out here frivolously spending and making irrational decisions and stuff like that. Like as a man, you gotta be the man, you gotta plan, you gotta be diligent about what you're spending your money on, you gotta be disciplined, you gotta be focused. You can't be out here seeing random toys and stuff like that. Like for instance, you see I got my manifestation going on, that's my Lambo on the wall, but I went to go pay a bill today, and I came across a pistol. It's a real good deal. I like gold guns, and it was a $500 gun. I could have put it on layaway and this and that and this and that. I had to give it back to the lady, like, I want this, but I'm focused right now. It's all about the long term, bro. Delayed gratification is one of the most important things. And growing up without a father, I had to learn all of these things and put all these things together myself. Like nobody taught me this shit, man. My mom was at work, my grandparents came down later, but as a young man, I had to figure this out in the streets. And, I did not necessarily saying I came from the hood, but I came from out here, being out here, figuring this out on my own. A lot of my partners I grew up with, they ain't dead, they in jail, they not doing good, I do got my partners that is doing good, but the ones that's doing great is on the team and thriving, So knowing and saying that again, it's all about saying and doing what you're gonna say you're gonna do. So if you say you're gonna do something, write your goals out. Focus on your goals. As a man, that's the most important thing. Like family and faith. That's what all this come down to, bro. Like you gotta pray at the end of the day. I'm not gonna get heavy into religion. Some people more spiritual than, religious. But it's like, with that being said, like believe in something. Whatever you want to believe in something. Nobody can tell you right from wrong. But at the end of the day, that's you when you gotta lay down. So you gotta do things right. In the sense of, at the end of the day, I tell people, treat people how you want to be treated, but karma's real. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, karma's one of them things that, bro, you gotta... Sorry, y'all, I'm trying to get my hair right, man. We got a lot of content to do this week. We got a lot of work to do. Get your things right, man. Everything's mentality. My Instagram just got deleted, and it's so crazy how that played out. Like, end of the day, I could be mad and upset and huffing and puffing, but that wouldn't really get me nowhere. So it's one of them things that, again, I love saying it's one of them things. It is one of them things, like, it's all mentality, man. You take something to be mad and be upset about it and this and that, or you could roll with the punches. What we gonna do? We gotta roll with the punches, man. It's nothing I could be upset about. We gotta keep moving forward. They always tell you, as an artist, as a creator, make sure you own your distribution channel, so that way if you ever do get, your platform ever does get shut down by any, forever, whatever reasons, you got contact to all your people. And it's a teacher. The situation just it's a teacher. So saying that, knowing, we gotta go harder, we gotta be smarter. So, choose your time wisely. Choose your circle wisely. Choose the people that you're around wisely, and advocate that to the people around you too. Teach everybody around you, like, everybody, we We gotta be cohesive. We gotta win together. We gotta be safe together. We gotta come up together. We gotta eat together. We gotta struggle together. Teamwork make a dream work. You know, as a man, you gotta teach the leading positions to the team. Like, teach everybody how to win, bro. Teach everybody how to grind. Teach everybody how to ball. It's one of them things that is like, there's no right or wrong. It's just a learning curve, you know. Everybody does things in different times. You know, our parents taught us things that we didn't know, that they didn't know. I'm sorry that, you know, that we feel like we should have known, and, you know, we'll teach our kids better. But I hope this inspires somebody to be 1% better today. You know, it's like 2-something in the morning, and we up still at it, man. I gotta do this because we got stuff to do tomorrow. We're gonna be up at the crack of dawn, and I'm not going to bed when I get done doing these nappy naps. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy JordannDwayne. You know, at the end of the day, I'm here just to motivate and inspire, man. And I hope that's what I can do for somebody. Trying to hold on just another day. Y'all tap in with me. You know, we got a lot of content coming, a lot of new music dropping. Of course, we going back on tour. Of course, we going back across the world. Of course, we got more shows to rock. Of course, we got more hands to shake. Of course, we got more people to see. Of course, we got more love to spread. You know. You know, I'm gonna really be officially letting everybody know about the brands that we're gonna be dropping. But new brands cooking up, new seasons on the new collections on the brands that we already got out. Y'all tap in with us and lock in with us, man. Good vibes. Stay prayed up. Be appreciative. Write your affirmations out so you see them every morning. Be a man. Be a man.